I'm Ben.
I'm Ron.
I'm Chris.
I'm Jason, and this is Hometown Has-Beens. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Hometown Has-Beens, episode 13. We are running a three-man crew again this week, but Ben is back.
Hey.
Chris is dealing with some stuff. We'll talk about that later. Real quick, we wanted to go over a few things before we get started. So we haven't mentioned on Spotify, if you listen on Spotify, sometimes we put a poll. So we had a poll from who's the funniest has been. And the results came in, and we had 2 votes for Ryan, 2 votes for Jason, 1 vote for Ben, and Chris had 0. So
I did not vote for myself.
I didn't either.
I want to make
Everybody-
it clear that I did not vote for
Y'all
myself.
I voted for myself because Ryan was not going to.
Okay, so if you voted for yourself,
so that
then
means
that
that I
means
won
Ryan
because
Ryan technically
if
is
I
the funniest.
voted for myself.
So thanks for, I can't remember what episode that was. Sorry for dropping the ball on letting y'all know on this. But a more recent episode is fishing a sport. 4 out of 5 people said yes.
I didn't like the comment that was left.
And I'm going to read the comment.
I don't like the comment.
From a listener, friend, fan. We can't call him a fan. He's just a friend.
Yeah.
I mean, he
he's a
likes the
fan,
podcast.
too.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So Zach Dale says, if Frisbee golf is a sport, fishing is definitely a sport with a lot of exclamation points. So
First of all, Zachary.
he's going to call it by
Share,
its name.
birthday sharer. It's not Frisbee golf. It's disc golf. And you're just jealous because you don't be hitting them chains.
We should get Zach. I mean, Zach could probably throw a disc.
Dude, you could.
I bet he
Zach,
could throw a
come
disc.
play disc golf with us.
That Joker probably
There
could
you
throw
go.
on a country mile.
I bet he could.
Country mile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So thanks for participating in the polls. We don't do them on every episode on Spotify, but, you know,
Just
when
when we need to settle an argument,
Yeah.
mostly.
And, well, I mean, I try to get y'all involved some too.
Yeah.
But we're currently scheduling some future guests. Right now, we have 2 definites. We have 2 others who I've mentioned it to, and they were agreeable about it. But with that in mind, we've launched the contest. So from here through the end of August, if you leave a 5-star rating and a review, so you have to leave the review as well, because that's how we see who you are. On Apple Podcast, you'll be entered for a chance to be a guest on the podcast.
Yeah.
Is it only on Apple?
Yeah.
Only on Apple.
On Spotify, it's just ratings. They don't do the rating and review.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because we need those because
that'll put us up on higher on a list, so more people who aren't from this area will find us randomly.
I thought it was for my ego. Because
we got to grow the hometown.
I like
Yeah, we got to grow the population's got to go up.
Grow the hometown.
So if you're interested in that, hop on it. All right. So Ben's back.
Hey.
Welcome back, Ben.
Hey, man. Yeah, it's good to be back.
Chris is gone. We know where he is. We're gonna try to call him later. So stick around for that.
But he don't know.
Yeah, he has no idea.
We're gonna call him and just let him ramble like he does about and not know that he's on the podcast, so that y'all can be previewed to the utter nonsense,
Uncensored,
that we,
unedited, the Porter Files.
the Porter Files. It's a scary place in that head of his.
It is. So Ben just went on a vacation, so we're gonna let Ben talk a little bit about his vacation. I'm sure some things happened. Oh wait, hold on. Before I want to. We need to start sharing I don't know, good things that happened to you recently.
Okay.
I've been crushing it at Monopoly against my daughter lately.
Like on the phone or the board?
Oh no, on the board, old
Like
school.
old school.
Like sending her to bankruptcy
Dang.
within an hour.
Oh.
It's been. She's getting upset about
She
it.
needs to take my financial algebra class.
She should. She should. But I mean, it has been, and I shouldn't be super excited about this because I'm beating a kid at a board game. But she usually just destroys me to the point where she's like, "Oh, I feel bad. You want this property? I'll buy it. Here it is. You can have it." And I'm like, "That's not good business." Yeah. And she's like, "Well, you don't know it either." So clearly I'm doing well.
Do you talk trash?
No, I can't with her, man.
When I play sports with Rylan, I make him call me Daddy Oven. And I'm like, Rylan, what's my name? He'd be like, Dirty Oven. I'm like, why? And he'd be like, because you're cooking me.
Y'all played the new NCAA game yet?
Dude, I don't.
Yeah.
Dude, Xbox. You got to get the newest stuff.
I don't have a
newest.
Man. Yeah, I don't have
I've
a
got an
console.
Y'all come to
Xbox.
the house, we can play it.
You got a
Oh,
console?
yes.
So we've been playing, and
It's
so
awesome.
I kill Hudson at sports. Really, I kill Hudson at everything.
Yeah.
And
He's
so
9.
to
Go
keep him
ahead.
from crying, I just get sick of it. So I let him be on my team.
What?
So the problem, so we'll do like the dynasty, and we like
Yeah.
play like for the season or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But the problem is,
He's not good.
I can't turn off my competitiveness.
You get
It's a
Against-
big character flaw of
Against the
mine.
computer?
Yeah, because I want to win a natty, man.
It's
So
a big
He's
deal.
trying to build a dynasty,
I'm trying to
baby.
build a dynasty. So, anyways,
the has-been is a dynasty.
so
Has-been's you.
if he screws up, I just like be like Hudson, and I'll yell at him without even knowing I'm doing it. And Savannah gets
Yeah.
all mad at me, and she's right. I'm a psycho,
Yeah,
but I can't turn it off, man. And
yeah.
There's a
and-
big button on the system. You just press it.
You
So-
literally can turn it off.
It's
So
very easy.
anyways,
Anyone can.
But we got it figured out now because like if you just don't touch the remote, it'll even if you're on like a player, it'll just play
It's
for
going to
you.
do what it's supposed
So,
to.
so I just if it's a big moment, I'm like Hudson, just don't touch anything.
Does he like try to? Does he try to be the? Does he try to? What's it called? User catch? What was?
We're still learning to run routes, man. Like
Oh.
he because I'll look
You
at the
think
play
he's-
and
yeah.
I'll look at the defense and I'll have a pretty good idea of where I'm
Okay.
going to go with the ball, and then
Checking
he
the
just
safeties.
runs
Yeah.
somewhere else, and I'll be like Hudson, I was about to throw the ball there,
Yeah,
and you're in the end zone like Forrest Gump.
he's trying
And-
to get that. He's running that 9, baby.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but we're figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good,
Dude,
man. It's
I want to play.
it
but
brings back memories. I haven't played it since I was in high school, and
no one has, dude.
well, the last year was 2014, so
Okay.
technically
Yeah.
you could
So it
have.
could have been college.
I'm trying to convince myself that I need to buy a
Like a-
console.
$500 console and a $70 game.
Yeah.
So $600.
You can't package that. It's not like home insurance and car insurance.
I mean,
You
they
can't
may be like $300 or $400
You
now.
know,
I don't know.
bundle.
I
and
just
save.
know I have an outdated one that my brother-in-law gave me, and it's an Xbox One, and they do not make it for the Xbox One. You got to have the Xbox
What
Series
are
X.
the consoles now?
I mean, it's still just Xbox and PlayStation.
But I mean,
They
is
just
it
got higher
PlayStation
numbers.
28? Like,
Five.
what are we on? 5?
Still 5, yeah.
5 and Xbox Series X. I wish we were recording this.
We just saw a guy go by our window on a mule. So
It wasn't a mule.
it was a mule.
That's what it's called.
That was the brand name of the.
But that's not the.
It wasn't.
Let's be
an
clear.
Piece of
actual
machinery.
This
mule.
guy didn't just ride by on like a donkey or
Yeah.
a mule or a
Yeah, I said it.
half horse,
Yeah,
half
you
donkey.
said
I
it like that.
said it that way
Intentionally.
intentionally.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways. All right, Ben. Tell us about your vacation, dude.
So,
Because y'all listened to mine for
well,
a whole hour.
you know, in yours, you talked about like going and asking about and how Grayson was like, how many minutes?
Yeah.
And Ryan was like, well, at least it's not one of those idiots. It's like, are we there yet?
Yeah.
I am, on one of those idiots. She is,
Did you say you own one?
I guess I don't own her, but she's my responsibility. I fathered her.
Okay.
So-
I
I
didn't
was
know if he
worried.
was just like talking about Savannah.
Yeah.
Or talking about Molly.
Yeah. No, you can say you own your children. You
Yeah.
can't say you own your wife.
No.
Yeah.
So we left at 4:30 in the morning, and we went to the beach and we went to Disney World. Let me go back and say that we were supposed to go in the opposite order. We were going to go to Disney World
And then
then the beach. So that
Okay.
because if you've ever been to Disney World
I have not.
with me specifically, you know that I go hard in the
And
paint.
he takes this
like
serious.
Yes.
it's like again,
It's
I
a-
can't turn off my competitiveness.
It's not just a trip for him.
Pretty
it's
sure
a business trip.
It's yeah.
You told your grandma to get out of the way in her wheelchair.
No, I
one time.
used
No,
her
he
to
used
hit
Oh,
her.
you used the wheelchair.
Yeah.
So,
That's
anyways,
right, that's
well,
right.
the day before we were supposed to leave, Molly starts throwing up all over the place. So we call and we push
naturally.
it back to the backside of the beach.
Yeah, yeah.
So we go to the beach. We leave at 4:30 in the morning, and we get to Oakwood, and she's like, "I see,
Same.
I see palm trees,"
Oh,
and I'm like,
Did she go by my house? Because I have a palm tree.
"No, she
do you
didn't.
have a palm tree?
You have a palm
Yeah.
like in the ground."
It's called a. I mean, yeah.
What? How is that?
How do you keep it alive in the winter? Do you wrap it?
I haven't got there yet. So.
We're gonna probably. Have to
it's
wrap
a
it.
new palm tree.
Yeah.
I think I've seen people like they wrap the top of it to keep it from dying.
I'm not going to do that. It'll probably just die.
Where'd you get that palm tree from?
Lowe's.
Lowe's has palm trees.
Ask my dad. They have everything.
Oh yeah, you got an inside guy.
Anyways, go ahead.
All right, go ahead, man.
So, anyways,
This was not, hold on. This was not like a special thing. Like, it's on display.
I feel like you.
There's a
no.
lot of varieties of palm trees. Y'all are thinking like climbing it and get a coconut.
Nah, D. Wayne hooked you up. We know.
Okay.
You got a guy.
I've never climbed a tree and got a coconut.
But that's the kind you're talking about.
I don't think that's how coconuts are harvested. Like, I think there's probably a machine for that or something, right?
Yeah, but I mean,
Nah, dude, you have never seen Castaway? You got to get up there and hit it. Come on, man. Castaway. Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. I've seen it. Yeah. My
Yeah.
wife has never seen it.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Good
a
movie.
big character flaw.
what's in the box? in the movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I made
Castaway.
what was that? I made a comment about that FedEx plane. Oh, anyways, that's in it.
Sorry. Go ahead. Oakwood. Passing Oakwood, she sees palm
thought
trees in my house.
she thought she was at the beach in Oakwood.
Okay.
So you can imagine how the next
Yep.
7 hours went.
Yeah, that's a tough start.
That is a tough
I
start.
finally got to go to a Buc-ee's.
Hey,
Impressed?
Nope.
nope. Me either.
All right, so this is my thing. It's fine. Okay. Like I got some jerky. Jerky was good. I got a brisket taco for breakfast. It was fine. Brisket was all right.
Yeah.
My thing is it doesn't have to be that big.
No.
It's just about like, because if you go in there, they have jerky on 4 different walls. You don't need 4 jerky walls. Have 1 jerky wall. They have 4 different candy walls.
Yeah.
You don't need that. Like, they just do it to make it like, oh, we're so big. But it doesn't need to be that big. There's tons of wasted space.
Well, that's for all the people.
Well, somehow they've turned it into a perceived experience.
Oh, dude. It's like a
they
destination.
branded it so well.
Yeah,
I mean, you'll have
yeah.
signs up on the interstate. It's like 90 miles to Buc-ee's.
So
Yeah.
they have, my son found a video or something of a guy wearing like basically like a Buc-ee's onesie that like is a beaver.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And so I told him, and I was dead serious. I was like, if we go and they have that, I will buy it, put it on, and then pose for the podcast out front of Buc-ee's.
Please tell me you did that.
They didn't have it.
Oh, man.
You would have already seen it if I
Buc-ee's,
did.
y'all have got
So,
to.
what are y'all doing?
I
Buc-ee's
stopped
hit us up.
specifically for
Yeah.
that. Like I looked for it and I couldn't find it. So anyways, yeah, did get to experience Buc-ee's. We stopped on the way at like 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Nobody there.
Oh, really?
And I was like, this is all right. Let's just get some jerky. We stopped on the way home. Like
Everybody.
3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
It was a madhouse.
Oh, man.
I will say this. Stopping, if you got if as Chris would say, the monster gets on you, it is the best place to
Oh,
relieve the monster.
100%.
Their
Dude,
bathrooms,
have
their
I-
bathrooms are second to none. They are
I'm
wonderful.
pretty sure I've told y'all already the life hack about the bathrooms.
No, I don't think so.
Oh,
About Buc-ee's bathroom?
No, you're gonna love this. If you ever get in a situation,
Yep.
where the monster is attacking, and you're on the road, go to a hotel, because all hotels have bathrooms in their lobby,
That are clean.
and no one uses them because
That's
they
a-
have bathrooms in their room.
That
That's
actually
a
is a life
solid.
hack.
That's a real life.
That's
hack.
a
That's
real
not
life
like
hack.
get your,
that's not
get
like
your
going to
notepad out.
Culver's.
Yeah.
That's a real. That's
Yeah.
a real life.
And they don't know if you're staying because people are coming in all the time, in and out all the time, checking in, checking out, and then there's different desk workers, and they're always clean. I'm 100% on satisfaction with hotel lobby bathrooms.
That is good.
Yep.
So
That is a great hack.
we went to the St. Pete area,
Yep.
specifically to see the Yankees, which we did get to see. They lost, but it was fine.
That was a cool picture, though.
But the night I got there, and I've already told you guys this, but we went to the beach like fully clothed, and I'm literally walking back by the pool to go to my room, just completely innocent. And this girl in the pool, probably Hudson's age, has a rubber ball, and she throws it like Randy Johnson over her friend's head, and it hits me as square in the man parts. I'm telling you, it was as flush of a shot as I've had since I was probably in middle school when
man.
people did, and it hit me so hard, I fell, like collapsed. And this little girl, like I was out there for a minute, because Hudson wanted to get in the pool. And this little girl comes up to me. She's like, "I'm sorry, mister. I didn't mean to." She called me mister. And I was like, "It's okay." I'm still hurting when she told me that. And it was bad.
There's one of them that got in the stomach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I had
yeah.
driven 8
Yeah.
hours, and I was already just like, and good Lord, dude, it about killed me.
Yeah.
But anyways, the highlight of my trip, have either of you ever used a bidet?
I have not used a bidet.
I did not expect this from you.
No, what?
I did not expect this from
Our
you.
condo, all the toilets had bidets.
Why?
And I'm telling you right now.
Did you stay in Europe?
No, they're the aftermarket ones. You could buy aftermarket ones for like $100.
I'm not buying an aftermarket.
No, they like they
After someone else's.
no. So they go
Oh, Facebook Market?
It mounts like to the inside of the toilet, and it has like a switch over on the side. And dude, all right. So the first time I used it, it kind of took me by surprise.
With the power?
Yes,
Dude, I don't
if
even understand.
If you turn it all the way up,
Yeah.
it's like a pressure washer.
Oh, God.
Like you could damage your butt. It's bad.
Oh, God.
But now everything else is barbaric, man.
So-
like it's wonderful. It's like I'm telling you, I'm gonna order
All right,
one.
so give me.
I'm
give
trying
me,
to understand how they like. I understand them.
Yeah,
but
that's what I'm-
aftermarket, this one's like on the side of the toilet.
No, so the
so the water
nozzle's
just
inside.
goes to the.
No,
Is there
it's still
two?
in the toilet.
Is it separate from the toilet?
So it mounts like inside the bowl. And it's
Okay,
like
I
the spot,
see.
and then over on the side in the water,
Is the switch?
You hook, the switch is over on the side, and the water you hook it into your water supply.
Wait, so hold on.
Here you go. I just showed Ryan a
Jason
diagram.
is now showing me a diagram. But they're holding it. Oh, it's like a wand.
No,
No, it's mounted in the
It's
toilet.
mounted in the
that
toilet.
one's like, but that's where it would be mounted down there.
and
Like in the back.
dude.
But doesn't urine and feces get on the bidet
No,
as it washes you?
no. So this one had a nozzle that like when you're not using it would be like folded in,
Okay.
and then when you,
You
turn
gotta-
it on, it like comes out and then
This
shoots.
is weird.
Because
Okay.
when I got there, I was like, I've never used one of these before.
Yeah.
I want to see how hard this shoots. So I'm standing, I'm standing in front of the toilet, and I turn it on, and it literally
Goes to ceiling.
it shot a stream like in my belly.
Oh, man.
I still don't
bidet.
understand it because some of them they make it like they're beside the toilet, right?
I thought it was a whole
Like
separate.
a separate.
That's how like the original thing was a whole separate thing.
Yeah.
But now like they have these that mounts in the toilet, so it's all one thing. But it's great. I'm telling you, you feel like you just got out of the shower, dude. You feel real clean and nice and fresh. It's great.
So my wife, do you need a towel after?
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
No, I
you
use
gotta
toilet paper.
Dry
You,
Oh,
you still
the
use toilet paper, but
so you're using more toilet.
no,
and water.
no.
You,
You probably like you use half as much toilet paper, maybe even less.
I don't like this idea.
Try it.
So the bidet
I'll buy one.
does.
in my-
Okay. Can I tell?
Hold on. Let me
yeah.
talk about a bidet real quick.
Yeah. Go.
So my wife I don't think their parents' last house, but maybe one of the houses they were in, they had a bidet, and her younger sister used to go and like
Drink.
just like play in it, like squirt her in the face, squirt it up to
Dude.
like it was one of the separate ones, I
It
think.
was a separate one.
Yeah, so my sister-in-law
I
loved
still feel
loved
like-
a bidet.
My.
So, anyways, the only other big eventful thing that happened on the trip at the beach. So, like, this is probably the next to last day we were there. We took a tent, you know, like the canopy.
Oh yeah, I was about to say, you guys went camping?
No, like a 12 by 12.
Yeah.
Because shade, I have to be in the shade.
Shade,
now.
yeah,
Yeah.
understood.
So every day we would go down there in the morning, hang out until about lunch, go back in.
Mhm.
It was fine.
Yeah.
So we do that on the next to last day we're there, and I go back in. I fall asleep, and Savannah comes just busting in. She's like, "Hey, our tent's gone," and I'm like, "What?" And so I look out, and I don't see it. And so I freak out. And so I like run down there, and Hudson goes with me for whatever reason. And there's these stupid people in the way, like showering off, like where you go through this gate to go out the little path to the beach. And
Are they holding your tent?
no.
Oh man, that would've been
And so
awesome.
like I
Really
go to
cool.
go
What a
around. I go to go
confrontation.
around them into the little bit of like grown up stuff.
Yeah.
And like as I'm doing that, the lady's like, "Watch out for sand spurs." And I don't even know what the freaking crap a sand spur
that?
is, dude. It's like
Is
the
that
sharpest.
little-
They're like little ball briars.
Oh
And,
man.
and as soon as she says that, I step into like a ton of them because I'm off the path, and they like just are gouging in my feet. But I'm still like, because at this point I see that okay, there's a thunderstorm coming,
Yeah.
so I'm running out there like crazy. And when I get out to where our spot was, I see the tent, and what had happened is the canopy's not on it anymore. I'm like, well, that's weird.
Yeah.
And the guy, this random dude, comes up to me. He's like, "Hey man, so your tent blew away and hit a family over here." and so me and this guy over here went and got it, but the leg broke and the top flew off.
Dang.
And so we just didn't have a tent anymore, but it almost killed a family.
At least you weren't there.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, no, dude, that's not my tent.
That's not my tent. Yeah.
What are you talking about? My tent? My tent?
Dude, I was
No, I didn't bring one.
I was on the receiving end of the tent blown away one time.
Really?
So
Did you not like weight it down with?
So what I usually
Sand?
do, well, I dug a hole like 3 inches deep for each
Just buried
leg and buried the leg and
But
then
there's
like,
nothing
pushed some
for it to
sand
hold on
over it.
that was just a slight breeze.
Yeah, it'd been fine for the whole week,
Oh,
but
yeah.
a storm
Because
came.
y'all were under it.
Yeah.
No, we
But-
would leave it every day.
Oh,
Well, but so I was sitting there on the beach, and we go to we like places that are not populated, you know. So this family's tent starts blowing away, and I'm like, I'm a good guy. I'm younger, you know. I'm gonna catch it. So I
catch a 12 by 12 tent.
yeah, I caught it. I caught the pole. Like the whole thing, it was tumbling. The wind caught that canopy and basically drug me with it. And people were like, let it go. I mean, I thought I was in Frozen. People were just yelling at me, let it go.
Oh, man.
So,
Mary
yeah.
Poppins or
So,
whatever.
yeah. So, that was a thing that happened.
I'm glad that happened to you.
Yeah. Also, my wife, one time, talking about back to bidets, we went to the beach with my cousin before we were married and stuff. And
The one that blows stuff up?
no,
Okay.
his sister,
Okay.
his sister. So we go to the beach, and she likes playing pranks a lot. I walk into the bathroom that like my wife and I shared, and there is dude, the toilet is absolutely destroyed. There is, in my mind, there is poop everywhere on the seat,
What?
on the thing that was the tank. Like it's
Like around like the above the water line, around like the
yeah, dude. No,
or on
no,
the
no, no,
tank,
no, no.
like
Top,
a
like the
Oh
tank.
my gosh!
In it, around it,
Oh.
on the and I,
Nutella?
yeah. I don't know. Well, at this, you just gotta remember. At this point, I don't.
You
know.
didn't know. Okay.
I haven't married this girl yet, and at this point, I'm like,
Thanks. I can't fight those kind
I'm
of
like,
monsters.
what? I was like, what?
Those are somebody else's demons.
So I go out and I'm not trying to bring attention to her in front of my cousins and stuff. I'm like, Allison, come here. She's like, what? I'm like, what did you do in there? And why does it look like that? Like I was having second thoughts. Come to find out it was ice cream sandwiches. But yeah, it was like a bit like I was like, that is the gross. I told her this before. I was like, that's the grossest thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, do something with that. And then they all started laughing hysterically and whatever. But
That's
Yeah.
good.
So I'll finish the trip, but because we're almost done, and then
Yeah.
we can talk about something people actually care about.
No, this is good.
But so we went to the Rays game. Yankees lost. Everything else was fine. First of all, if you ever get a chance to go to a game at Tropicana Field, for anybody, it's a completely different experience than like Truist Park or anywhere.
Yeah.
Because nobody cares about the Rays. So we spent $60 to sit at like 3 rows from the field,
Yeah.
and like parking was like $20 to park like literally 50 feet from the stadium.
Which is
Like,
not the case.
It was
No.
crazy.
That's Truist.
no.
So
SunTrust. What? Truist.
but it was the stadium's a crap hole, but
Yeah.
it's so low key that it's like insane that so if you get to see the Braves down there or something, like
That'd be awesome.
it's really low key, and but anyways, so we went to the game. Hudson did get a toss up at the end of the game.
He did?
Yeah, from Clay Holmes, the Yankees closer.
Nice.
So we tried the whole game. This ball boy hated me because I kept heckling him. He wouldn't give Hudson a ball, so I kept like yelling like how much Tampa hates kids and all this stuff. And so so but
Dude,
then
Ben, you could be that guy that you have you seen the guy at like San Francisco that yells stuff out like, "Hey, so and so, I bet you tip really well at the restaurant, you bum."
yeah.
That could be you.
yeah. But the game had already. So the Yankees made a little run at the end of the game, at the top of the ninth. Like they scored and made it close. So their closer was warming up just in case there was a bottom of the ninth.
Oh, right.
But then they didn't come back. And so he had a ball, and the game had already ended. I was like, "Hey, Clay, ball, and he threw it to Hudson. So it was cool.
That's cool.
So, but
Good job, Clay.
yeah, Clay Holmes, all-star this year. Anyways, nobody cares. So we went to Disney World.
Hudson
And
cares.
Hudson cares
let
a
me
lot.
put this. So we went to Disney World for 2 days, and most of the time when we go to Disney World, we go for like 6 days, like to the parks. Like the last 2 times we went before this, we would do like 2 days at Magic Kingdom, 2 days at Hollywood Studios, and then a day at the other 2 each or whatever. We only went for 2 days, but I'm a psycho. Like I go hard at Disney World, and so yeah.
Do you wear the ears and stuff? Like,
No, I
are
don't
you
wear
that
ears.
guy?
No,
No, he's just saying like the itinerary is tight.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I was worried about my kids, but they did great. But we rode basically everything at all 4 parks in 2 days.
That's impressive.
We
I don't
literally,
remember being big.
I went. We were there an hour before the
When you
parks
say
opened.
everything, you mean everything good or just every?
Well, not
like,
every single,
but
like,
like all the good
everything that
stuff.
you would want to
Yeah, yeah.
ride. The only thing that I did, like, there was a couple things that I would have been the only one to ride. Like at Hollywood Studios, I didn't wait in line to ride Aerosmith Rock and Roller Coaster because I'd have done it by myself anyways.
Yeah.
But every like major attraction that you would want to ride, we rode at all 4 parks. Like we did Magic Kingdom the first half of the day, and the first day, and then went to Animal Kingdom. It was, and now let me tell you, it was like being on the surface of the sun. It was rough.
Yeah, it had to have been hot.
And then the next day we did Hollywood Studios and then Epcot, and we literally both days went from park an hour before park opens, got there to park close.
So you did Disney in 2 days.
Yeah. But we did. I
That
walked
comes from
like
experience.
22,000
Don't try
steps
that your
both
first
days.
go round.
So I walked 22,000 steps both days.
Couldn't do
But
it.
the last day we're there, and this is the only like significant thing that's worth telling a story about. The last day we were there, it comes this huge storm at Epcot, and they close the Skyliner, which takes. So I was like, well, we might as well ride something else while we're waiting. Like we'll go ride this other ride, and we're just getting poured on. I mean, there's not a dry spot on my body, and we get to like where the line starts, and we're probably 3 feet from being inside. And there's this woman standing those 3 feet away taking pictures of like the rain. And it's her and her husband's like in a wheelchair.
They've never seen rain.
I don't know. But they're in ponchos. They're inside though, but they're in ponchos, so they don't even
Are
care.
they
Like,
from the Sahara?
I could probably, I'll tell y'all probably where they were from off air.
Just don't.
Now we just have
So-
to think about it.
So, anyways, so if anybody knows my wife, she's a pretty sweet person. Like she's a really nice person
For sure.
until she's not.
Okay.
And then she turns into a psycho. I love you, Samantha.
There's no in between.
And dude, we're just getting rained on and it just like snaps. And she's like, hey, move up. We are getting rained on and y'all are taking pictures. And like the workers just die laughing. Like they're and she's just like, and these people are just, oh my gosh, like they couldn't believe it. They moved, but they moved.
I would
We
have
gotta go-
loved to have seen
But
that.
dude,
What if the response was, he has 3 more days to live? He's obviously he's in a wheelchair. This is the last rain he'll likely see.
Dude, there were so many people, and I guess because it's hot,
Yeah.
but way more than usual. So many people that were like able-bodied that were in wheelchairs, like people not much older than us.
Maybe
like
they
we,
listen to the podcast.
we saw we saw one
like,
couple that like it was at Epcot the last day, and like the woman was like, "All right, let me get a turn," and the guy just like hops up and like she gets in and starts riding it, and he
Let
starts
her
walking,
get a turn.
and I'm like,
Did they swap
how
out boots or
freaking
something? on these?
lazy do you have to be? I mean, I know it's hot, but my kids are.
Also, just pride. You know?
Yeah.
Just pride.
Just
So-
decency.
But yeah, that's about the
Yeah.
only notable thing that happened at Disney is my precious
Dude,
wife
that is funny.
screaming.
That is
that
awesome.
people-
I had a guy who has 3 days to live.
Yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
go with that.
Yeah.
Whether he does or doesn't.
Yeah. Just enjoying the rain.
Yeah.
I rode the new Guardians of the Galaxy coaster.
Is it awesome?
Dude, it's incredible.
Better than the others?
It's probably the best ride at Disney World.
I can't wait.
It's so the thing you're in spins,
Yeah.
and so the guy and I've been to Disney a couple times in the summer, and for some reason there's a ton of South Americans. I don't know, like if this is just the time that they come. I don't know why, because I've been tons of other times.
I'll ask my father-in-law from Ecuador.
Okay, so this guy
Who won the lottery?
was from Argentina, and I get on because my family doesn't ride roller coasters. Hudson will ride, but not big ones. And I'm like, hey man, I talk to him because I'll talk to anybody.
He says, I'm from
And
George Homer. Georgia.
Yeah.
But anyways, this guy's from Argentina. He's like, you know, where are you? I was like, you from around here? He's like, no. And,
No.
but he's like, I don't like roller coasters. And I'm like, oh.
Well, you picked a bad one, bud.
Yeah, why are we here?
So I have a picture of him.
What?
Please show us.
So this is the coaster. This is him and his family.
did
This
This
he-
is
wife and-
why
Did
we
he
need a YouTube.
know? Does he know that you were taking this?
Oh,
picture?
this is from the ride. Check this out.
Okay, I gotta see this.
He looks like a cool guy though.
He looks terrified though.
Yeah. Is that a baseball shirt? You got a baseball shirt.
Oh man, his eyes are closed pretty hard.
Yeah. So and his daughter's like yanking his wife's shirt. Anyways, super nice guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's about all I have.
That's one of the cool things about going places like Disney or just
definitely.
the one time Allison and I traveled internationally, we ran into some Irish people, and I was like, "Yeah, my wife's family are O'Kellys," and the guy, let me get my accent going. The guy was like, "Oh, you're an O'Kelly. You're a fine lad, then." I was like, "Yeah,
I don't know if that was a good impression.
that was so
Oh, it's
good."
all right. I like
Yeah.
it.
Oh, you're an O'Kelly.
Okay. So I want to talk about something.
Well, that's generally what we do here.
I've already told that joke.
So we talk about something.
Anyways,
So.
it's a podcast about nothing.
It
So-
really is.
when you all right, in every marriage this happens. The whole like, where do you want to eat argument, right?
Tough one, man.
How like so many
Tough.
some of those couples that are like on the verge of divorce, I'm pretty sure like this has pushed them over the edge.
That's the last.
Straw.
Straw.
Like, but everybody deals with it. So
Yep.
if you're like newly married and you think like, oh man, I made a mistake. No, this is going to happen if you've got 50 years under your belt. Maybe not then, but I don't know. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like Mexican food,
Yeah.
or at least I say I don't.
Which is real frustrating to more than people than.
Yeah. Like everybody's
Just
like,
Anna.
where do you want to go eat? We'll go Mexican. Here's why I don't. I think I like the food okay because I eat quesadillas and stuff. I like barbaritos, and Jack Shack has good quesadillas. That's not Mexican food, but a quesadilla is whatever.
It's a case that is Mexican.
Okay,
food.
so I don't like going to the restaurant because when I leave, I don't want to smell like what I ate.
Do you go to Olive Garden?
No, I don't want to go to Italian either because you smell like
Okay.
the place.
I just
Like
want to
that-
make sure that like you know.
So you're saying
That's my like
you
if you
smell like it.
yeah, and I don't
afterward.
like smelling like it afterwards. I think it's gross.
I can see. Olive Garden is definitely that way.
Yeah.
Olive Garden, dude, you'll like wake up and your like bedroom will smell like garlic the next
See?
day. It, like seeps
The
from your
bread,
floor.
look, the breadsticks are great. Chicken and gnocchi soup, great. I'm just not big on it. Okay,
I don't know what he
that's
just
all.
said.
Whatever.
I
I don't eat. I don't eat the Italian pasta. I don't
You're a
like
man.
it. Anyways,
I would like the soup
I didn't. Whatever. All right.
and light ice.
Dude, we
I
stopped.
don't say light ice when I'm eating at a restaurant. I just have them refill it 17 times.
You made me order you light ice on that.
But in the midst of all this, right? So keep in mind, I don't like Italian.
Okay.
I don't like going to eat Italian or going to eat Mexican. And my wife is so frustrated because she loves both of those foods, right? And my kids do too. We're in the middle of this like, I guess you call it an argument because we're arguing about the food thing.
Yeah.
And she says, "You are starving our children because you won't eat Mexican or Italian." And I was like, "That was a little bit too much. that one cut deep. We'll go eat Mexican today."
Yeah.
And she was like, "You don't even have to go." And I was like, "Oh." I started to get out of the car, like, because we were at home. And then we're about. She was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "All right." I misread the situation. I got like free barbecue from the church. So
Yeah.
I was going to eat that. She was like, "No." Anyways, we went Mexican. It was fine. But
Dude, I just wish my wife would choose. Like if she would choose,
Ever,
if she would
yes.
choose my least favorite restaurant,
Yes.
I would just be happy because she chose something. We will get in fights because she will not pick. And when I pick something, she doesn't like it. And then I'm like, "Well, what do you want?" And she's like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Well, you can't complain if you
Yeah.
don't tell me."
Yeah.
But the only thing, she's been on kind of a sushi kick lately. So like she'll usually agree to that. But man, it's the worst.
Yeah, man. Allison does the whole. I don't know. I don't have much of an appetite. And I'm like, well, why are we going anywhere?
Yeah.
And then oh, this one burns me, dude. We'll go somewhere. I'll order what I would like. Like, okay, let's say we go to Chick-fil-A. I get a full meal because I want a full meal. When I get breakfast, I get 2 orders of hash browns because I like hash browns.
Not just a large. Why don't you just get a large?
They don't have large.
I want a
Yeah,
large
they
bar.
do.
I want
Oh, that's new. Well, no.
Oh.
I get 2. I get 2.
All right,
This is what I
whatever.
do. So
You're paying too much.
Allison will get, like she'll get such and such, but not the meal,
Just the entree.
just the entree.
and she wants some of yours.
A la carte.
And then she eats
Your hash
my
browns.
hash browns.
Dude, the
and
biggest,
it
one of the biggest fights.
aggravates
I've been
me.
married for 13 years, and one of the biggest fights Savannah and I ever got in was
It's over food.
we went through Burger King drive-through. This has probably been 10 years ago. We'd
Burger
been,
King
we'd
at
been
that.
married like 3 years, and I'm like, "What do you want?" And she did the same thing, and she got like just a burger, and she's like, "I don't want any fries." And then we hadn't even got out of the drive-through yet, and she started eating my fries, and I lost it because you just told me you didn't want any, and so that just if you want them, we'll get them. But dude, I'm telling you, that's like the biggest pet peeve of mine is, just get your own food because
Right.
I take food serious, especially
Right.
French fries. Like you don't
Especially
eat my fries.
French fries. So, we talked on another podcast recently about like the whole, if Allison goes somewhere, the food's something's wrong with it.
Yes.
Anna, there's always something wrong with it. We had a day date because Inslee will not spend the night anywhere right now. So we had a day date and we went to Chop House in Athens.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it is a good one, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I thought. And I'm just thinking before we go, I'm like, man, we're gonna pay a lot, and something's gonna be wrong. I just knew it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we order our stuff, and I get a steak, obviously, because it is a
Mhm.
steakhouse.
Yep.
I forget what Anna gets, but I know she got a salad. And she's eating the salad, and she's like, she stops eating it, and I was like, oh crap. I said, what's wrong with it? She was like, the lettuce has gone bad. Like it's got some brown,
Ew.
and I was like, I looked at it. I was like, nah, that's just the sauce they put on it. She's like, I've eaten a salad before. Like, I know when it's bad. Like, that's bad. And I was like, all right, well, you want me to say something? She's like, nah, we won't say anything. And I was like, oh, okay. So she puts it to the side. Well, this is a nice place.
Yeah.
So, like, the manager comes over and he's like, did you not enjoy your salad? She's like, well, it's a little brown right here. And this,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Do you want me to bring you another one? And she's like, no, it's okay. You don't have to. That's fine. He's like, oh, okay. So he just takes a salad. Well, I get my steak, and I order it medium because I find that every restaurant undercooks it. So I end up getting medium rare, and I'm okay with that. Like, I like that.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah, that's fine. But if I order medium rare, it's going to be rare.
Mhm.
So I order medium, and if it's cooked medium, it's fine. Whatever. I start cutting into my steak, and it is like it's raw.
Yeah.
And I was like, Dad gummit. And I already told her, like, now that manager's going to be eyeing us the whole time. He thinks we're a problem. We're just trying to have him just, like, we're not
You've
trying
been
to make any
labeled.
issues for anybody. But everybody's talking about us. Like, I don't want them spitting my food.
Yep.
But
From under cheese.
yeah, I don't want any of that from under cheese. And anyways, the manager comes over because obviously, yep, he was watching.
Yep.
And he's like, is your steak okay? And I was like, I ordered it medium. I just looked at him and I said, I ordered it medium.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah. He's like, I'm so sorry. Goes, gets me another one. And at this point, it's the same steak, right? But I've already cut into it. So then when they cook it, they overcook it. So it ends up not being good.
Yeah.
So I was just like, this is crap. I'm not coming back here. And it was just one, like, I'm sure it's a great place, right?
Now
Now
y'all
he
are on the
comes-
list.
Yeah, we're on the list. But he comes and he gives us like this envelope. And he's like, hey, sorry about the steak. Sorry about the salad. Like, hopefully you'll give us another chance. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking like maybe he comped the whole meal
Yeah.
and then gave us a gift card. Like, that's
Yeah.
even better.
Yeah.
We'll give someone else this gift card and we'll never come back. But
like me.
no, he took off the salad. That was it. So we still paid.
What was in the envelope?
It was a $20 gift card. I gave it to someone. I gave
Dang
it to my
it.
in-laws for watching. They're like, and then they gave us the money for it. We're like, what?
Yeah, you
It's
should
supposed to be a gift.
You should have gave it to me. I would have given you nothing back.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
But as we're paying, and it's in Athens, so I guess it's a college town. But like, we don't look like we're in college. I don't think.
No.
I mean, we're wearing wedding rings.
Yeah.
And the waitress says, "Is this together or separate?" And I look at her, and because what's running through my mind, there's two options.
Yeah.
There's two reasons she said this.
Yeah.
One, she sees me and she sees my wife, and she's like, "No way, that dude is with her."
Yeah.
Like he's getting friend zoned. Yeah, I get that look all the time. The other option is she's hoping and praying that I'm single, but I'm not. So so I tell her, like, hey, we've been married for a few years. Like, we've been married a while.
Yeah.
Oh, she said, oh, okay, I just had to ask, but I saw her get a little upset about it.
Yeah.
So then as we're leaving, Anna walks out.
Chest was poking out just a little bit further.
I said, well, we might not need to stick around Athens too long.
It's like Ben and those Mormon girls.
Yeah.
All over again.
You go to the bathroom, somebody may hit on me, She was like, all right, friend. Well, thanks for lunch. But yeah, oh man.
Yeah. I took Allison to play golf with me one time.
Disc golf.
No. Original golf.
Okay.
Original, not real. Original. That's a clarification. But anyway, we're married. All I ain't saying this the right way. This is just our way. All our stuff together. I mean, it's just we got one thing. And
what are you talking about?
Like our accounts.
checking
Okay.
account.
Yeah. Same. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So
I think that's normal.
yeah. I mean, different people have their own.
Some people do it separate.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. No, we got one thing, right? So I tell Allison, like, hey, go pay. I'm gonna use the bath. Something like, dude. So she gets out there to pay for us. This dude starts shaming me, like, hey, you got a pretty girl like this. I mean, he's old. He's like, you got a pretty girl like this, and you're making her pay. You need to be paying. I'm like, hey, moron. We're married. We do our stuff together. That's probably why you don't have a wedding ring on right now.
There you go.
There you go.
Him.
I did it. That's not, but that again, that's not, I was just mad because he tried to life shame me.
Yeah. Dude.
Jerk.
So while we're talking about like bad food orders.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law, he had, oh my goodness. I wish he could tell this story, but I'm going to tell it. This thing, oh man. And if you knew him, like he's tall, he's a big guy. He wear like imagine someone with a size 13 shoe. Like it's a big dude.
Shop at the big and tall.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he says this is back when he was like 19. So, it's been a while.
So young, big and tall.
Yeah.
Okay.
When he was younger. And he goes to get his family. So his mom, dad, and sister and him. He's going to get them all Hardee's, right?
Yeah.
So he goes and he orders 4 combos. His is the only one with special instructions. He just wants ketchup, meat, cheese. Like that's it. It's simple.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And he gets it and he says normally he checks the bag before he leaves because he doesn't have faith in humanity. Yeah. Which I get it. Like I've got the wrong order a lot.
For sure.
But he doesn't check the bag. He goes home and he's handing it out and he opens his and it's got every single topping except ketchup. And he's like
all of it, like lettuce, tomato.
All of it. Every topping you put on a burger except ketchup. And he's like, man, he said, I thought about scraping it off. Like that would be reasonable.
Yeah, you can't
he said, but at the same
off,
time, like I paid for this and I want it done the right way. So he goes back and he asks for the manager and the manager's super nice. She says, oh, okay, like I'm so sorry about this. I'll make it for you personally. He's like, awesome. Yeah. So he gets his burger, goes home, and now his fries are cold. Obviously, everyone else has already eaten.
Yep.
And he opens a burger, and it's every topping except ketchup. And he said, "Oh man, I wrote down what he said." Oh yeah, he said, "Hold on." He had because the way he said the amount of rage that coursed through my body. As I squeezed and crushed the burger in my furious hands was inconceivable. He said, I don't think I've ever been this mad since or before in my entire life.
Hey, that's
he said it's like a 10-minute drive there
to
go back, but he's going back and gets there in like 5 minutes. And he says, I couldn't even be bothered to open the door, so he just kicked it.
Yeah.
He like kicked the door open. He said, so of course it flies open and makes a loud bang.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's like announcing his like entry of like, I'm the mad customer. Everybody look at me. And he says, the manager's like, her eyes are like popping out of her head. She's like, sir, can I help you? And he says, yeah. And he takes that burger and throws it out. He said, it hit her right in the chest. Boom. He said, and it just starts like just kind of oozing down her chest. And he said, I want my money back now.
Did he get his money back?
He got his money back. He went home. He said he ate cold fries and a bologna sandwich.
And then the police came and he got arrested for aggravated assault.
He said he was a little bit
with a burger.
He said he's a little bit worried about that.
Man.
But he said from that point forward, he has never not checked the bag before he leaves.
I wonder if he still goes to Hardee's.
I doubt it. I wouldn't.
I
wouldn't go to Hardee's
Hardee's
anyway.
isn't really a.
I've told y'all the
burger spot.
Hardee's story, right? The roach story.
No.
I've never told that story.
I haven't
Oh
heard
man!
it.
So the Hardee's that was in Clarksville when I was a kid. This where Dunkin' Donuts / Baskin Robbins is now. We used to eat there a lot for breakfast, but my cousin went there and got a burger one time. Excuse me, and she took it to my grandma's house and ate half of it and didn't want the rest, and so she left half in the refrigerator. And the next day, my grandma was like, "I'm gonna eat the rest of that burger."
Yeah,
And she wanted to see what was on it, and she took the top off of it. There was half a roach.
Oh my! So she ate the other half.
Yeah,
Oh
she ate the
my.
other half.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh man,
How bad's your food got to be that you don't even notice that when
The
you bite a
roach,
cockroach, it just
yeah.
tastes like.
Or how good, you know? Like,
man, yeah, maybe
Like,
cockroaches are good.
or the burger's
maybe the
just
burger's so
it just
good.
So
overpowers.
good. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
But anyways, that one closed down because it was pretty nasty. I like
I
most
feel
Hardee's.
like all Hardee's.
Well,
Anna one time was like, she was real sick and they were coming back from Disney or on the way to Disney or something, and she was prescribed like medicine for it. They like knocked her out basically.
yeah,
So she's like, you know,
yeah.
goes to the bathroom and her mom like then can't like help her back out. So she's like about to pass out.
Yeah.
And they put her, she said, they put her in a chair in the middle of the Hardee's and like all like customers, employees are just gathered around her. Like, what is wrong with this woman? And, or girl, I guess she was like, I don't know how old, 19, 20.
Yeah.
And she says, and her stepdad's like, he's not a big guy. So he couldn't like carry her to the car. Like, it's not like she's big. And my wife's not a big woman. But they can't get her to the car. And this big guy, just imagine the guy from the Green Mile. Like, take my hands, boss. Like that guy. He says, she said, he just picked me up and said, I got you, baby. And carried her to the truck. And she said, she's just like laying on him like, thank you so much.
Man, I wish I could do something like that. You know, I couldn't pick anybody up though. If you're ever in a life crisis, you better hope I'm not
You don't
around.
think you could pick Jason up?
Could
I
you pick me up?
don't think I could carry Jason
Oh, you could.
like a child, like a baby.
Just throw him over your shoulder or like
No way.
this.
No,
You
I
couldn't carry me like this?
I don't think I could carry you like a baby.
I
no.
could carry you.
Oh
like
my
this.
gosh.
I could carry you like this.
No
Maybe
way.
not Ben.
No, you couldn't carry me like that.
You talking about? No, you're talking about. I have to swing your legs up.
Well, he would put his arm around your neck,
Yeah,
and then
I'll
he would
help
kind
a
of
little
hop
bit.
into your arms, and then you could just
I think I could do it.
Oh,
You-
no, I think I would
don't
drop
know
him
if
on
you
the
could do it.
hop.
no chance.
The hop?
The hop would make.
You're
yeah,
not
because you're coming
hopping.
down. Yeah, but you
we
are.
should try it.
And if we were recording the podcast, maybe.
Yeah.
We could record it.
Yeah. Hey, so let's. You want to see if we can call Chris?
Yeah, we can call Chris.
Let's call Chris.
This is awesome.
Hey, bud.
What you doing, man?
Right now, at this very moment, I'm on the pooper.
Well, that I guess you're not over it.
No, not yet.
How's it coming out?
It could go through a screen door right now. That's for sure.
Well, welcome to the show, man. I know you hear those fools.
Was there bets placed on what I was doing when you called?
No, we were just hoping.
That's best possible. Okay, that's like the best scenario that could have happened, though.
Well, yeah, you didn't.
Not
know.
for you, but
You just thought you weren't going to be on Hometown Has-Beens this week. We're not.
You're
we're
the
not,
first call in.
We're not cutting it. That's good. Runs through his got that old butt.
Dude, it's like Mountain Dew coming out of my butt. Seriously.
do you feel better otherwise, though?
Yeah, you feeling a little bit better?
Yeah, I feel a little bit better. I mean, a little bit more energy. I ate like a chicken nugget. It's the first thing I've eaten.
One?
Like a
One?
singular, like a chicken nugget?
I ate a piece of peanut butter toast yesterday.
Dude, how much weight have you lost?
Yeah.
I've lost like 10 pounds.
You think Ryan could carry you?
Do you think I could carry you like a child?
I still weigh 200 pounds, so
No, I ain't doing that.
All right then.
Well, there we go.
Well, we'll let you get back to it. Bud.
Congratulations on the weight loss.
Yeah. next week on the Chris check-in.
All right, bud. See you, man.
I hope this doesn't make the episode
Is it?
13 or 14.
It's got to make
It
an
will.
episode. It's got to.
Got to. The
That's terrible.
live call in and you didn't know it. That's hilarious.
That's great.
Yep. Yep.
All right, man. Hey, good luck with your butt.
Yep.
See ya.
Oh, Chris never disappoints.
That was
man.
great. Even when he's not here, he's bringing
He's
laughs.
bringing laughs, man. Bringing
All right.
laughs.
Oh, that was good.
Are we doing Is It Manly?
Go for it.
Let's do Is It Manly. I'm changing the Is It Manly.
Okay.
I didn't tell you this.
Okay.
All right, so let's do sunsets. Are watching sunsets manly? Because we watched a few, because, that's the thing about being in there where we were at the beach.
Yeah.
It's the sunsets over the ocean.
They're pretty
And it was
nice.
pretty freaking great.
I don't think it's.
You gotta have a girl with you. If you're just sitting there by yourself watching a sunset as a man, nah, you can't do that.
There was a dude meditating on the beach while we were there,
Like with
but just like near other people.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
And he was like fully clothed on the beach.
Do you think people are going to be naked?
He wasn't in like
meditating only?
he was on the beach. He wasn't in swim trunks or anything. He was like
Oh,
in
gotcha.
jeans. And he's sitting there
Just clearing the mental
with
space.
it like crisscross applesauce, looking out at the ocean, or not looking. He had his eyes closed. But there's just like people like walking like from me to you from him because he's. I don't know.
Yeah, how you gonna meditate when you got dudes over here crushing beer cans and stuff,
Yeah.
like kids screaming?
So anyway, sunsets. If you have a girl, it's manly.
yeah.
I don't.
got
I
a
still. I
story
don't
about
think
that.
it's manly, but I don't think there's anything wrong with
What
a
do
man
you like
watching
better,
a sunset.
sunsets or
Well-
sunrises?
A man can watch a sunrise because it's
Yes,
like
getting your coffee
it's the start of the day, baby. Daytime.
on your front porch. You just
Yeah.
like
Go time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's the difference? Like you can't sit on your porch and watch the sun go down. And
If-
like,
you don't be
no.
drinking coffee.
If that's the
yeah,
primary,
never mind.
a man, if a guy, you can't. That can't be like you're talking about just sitting
And
be-
appreciating the good Lord's
Is-
work.
Is the
There's too
sunset
much going
while
on
you're
at
there?
sunset in your house.
Is the sunset while you're there? Is that the reason that you're there?
Like if you're on a tractor
reason
and the
I
sun
asked-
starts
so
setting and you just
when
want
we
to
were at the
watch it,
beach-
that's
Yeah.
fine.
Or if you were just
Working.
randomly working or sitting out on the like if it can't be. Oh, I'm gonna go watch. The
That's
sunset.
okay. Yeah,
I
yeah.
vividly remember when I was a teenager making fun of my dad for like noticing a pretty sunset. Like we weren't even watching. We were like driving on the road. He's like, "Look at that pretty sunset." I'm like,
So that's okay.
"That's
Yeah, that's okay.
Like I can't say what I called him, but like I was like, "That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life."
Yeah.
But now I'm an adult, and we were at the beach. I'm like, "This is great." It's
Yeah.
the last few moments of the day watching the sun go over the ocean. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But that wasn't why you were there. Y'all were there before the sunset.
Yeah,
Like,
but we
y'all were
sat on
sitting
the balcony and anticipated it.
Oh, yeah. Well, we had.
But
Yeah,
he's
but your
with the
wife was
family,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I like shouted for her. I was like, "Hudson, come look at this."
This
Yeah.
only happens every day.
You also can't call it pretty.
It can.
Nah, I meant nah.
What are you gonna
not a-
say?
Pretty's not a man word.
That is a nice. That's an attractive
All right,
sunset.
So, but
Right.
anyways,
That's-
so
you're
what
gonna
do
be
you
like-
prefer though? Sunsets or sunrises? What do y'all prefer?
I think
I'm
I'm
a sunrise
sunsets
guy.
are prettier, But sunrises are like, I like sunrise.
That's like God waking the world up.
I think that sunrises are a little depressing and sunsets are like hopeful. Because like
That's
because
the
the sun
opposite.
Yeah.
the sun
The sun is rising on a new day.
the sun is
Yeah.
a new day.
Yeah, that should not be depressing.
Yeah,
No, I said the opposite.
No.
Sunsets
No.
are depressing.
No, you said it the other
Definitely
way.
said the other way.
Just play it back.
Definitely.
You
Me
did.
and Jason
Well,
both
Yeah.
heard it.
I didn't mean it that way. I
Okay.
meant sunrises
Okay.
are like hopeful and optimistic, and
Yes.
sunsets are depressing because like
Yeah.
it's another day of your life that's gone that you're never getting back.
But you probably
Is
wasted.
that dark? It's
No,
like
it's
it's
not
morbid
dark.
that you're like one less day of life.
I mean, you're probably going to be on GeoGuessr
Just think
later,
of that.
but
Think of that guy taking pictures of the rain.
So we were
He didn't have any
talking
left.
about
What a
sunsets.
loser.
You were talking about what you were talking about. You have to have a girl there. When I was a teenager, I always went to the beach. I've talked about that before. Every summer with a buddy that we all know,
Yeah.
and we would go for like a long time.
yeah.
And so we would meet people down there, and we met these girls. And the last day we were there, this guy's cousin is like, "Hey man, whatever her name is and whatever her name is, they want us to come watch the sunrise with them one more time before we leave."
God,
Oh
y'all got to
my
get up
goodness.
early for these girls.
And I'm like, so like we're staying with his parents,
Yeah.
and so we have to like sneak out of his house at like 5 o'clock in the freaking morning to go watch
Yeah.
the sunrise.
Yeah.
And so we get up there and we're sitting on the beach, and I wasn't really into this girl, but he was, but he was like real into the other ones. So we're sitting on this beach, and the thing about me is like, there's one thing I got to do every morning when I get up. Like, I got to go to the freaking bathroom.
I think
Yeah.
Chris is doing that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
So
sure.
we're sitting on this beach, and it just hits me.
Yep.
And I gotta go to the bathroom. So the house that we rented at this beach, we was at Tybee Island, and we were on like the other side of the island, like on the like bay side, or the side that like it's not the ocean side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't make it back there. So one thing that's interesting about Tybee Island is that they lock their public bathrooms at night. So they chain it.
Yeah.
So I had to like lay down and like slide myself through the gate on the ground to get in there. But I did. I got in there and I went, dude. I was gone for like 30 minutes.
Dude.
And I was so embarrassed
And all that
because
he
they knew
brought
what I
back.
did.
Yeah.
I just never went back. I never saw those girls again.
Man.
I don't know if they're out there
man.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I think Morgan Wallen wrote a song about it.
Yeah.
Sand in my boots.
Yeah.
So that's all he brought back.
Sand in my poop. Yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
we
man.
Yeah. Sunsets. Not
yeah.
really. I mean,
Oh,
by yourself.
that's good.
I think that though, talking about like making fun about it, I think that as you mature though, you should begin to appreciate
Just appreciate the
things.
little
Like when you're
things,
young, man, you're like, this is stupid.
Well, it's not just when it's like, who's got time?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. At
Yeah,
sunset, like my kids are like
That's when they're-
fighting
yeah.
bedtime stuff.
Oh,
I'm like,
yeah, I
we
mean,
got
it's not-
stuff to do.
It's when they're turning into Wolverines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like.
I will say one of my better
Wolverine?
memories,
I don't know. Honey badgers? I don't know.
and this
Do
is
we-
before. What?
I don't know.
Tasmanian
One of my
devils?
better.
I
What are
don't
you
know.
talking about? One of my
Kids.
better memories was before we had kids on a different cruise. We were at Key West. We were sitting on top of the boat watching the sunset, and the sunset at Key West was awesome. And so, like, if you get like the rare occurrence when you aren't chasing kids, or before you have
Yeah.
kids, they're freaking great. But yeah, I agree that. But I'm never like. The only time I see sunrises is if I'm driving to work or something. Like
Yeah.
if I'm
There's
off,
some nice ones though.
I very
Yeah.
rarely get up early and just like sit on the front porch and watch
Yeah.
the sunrise.
Yeah.
Except on like Christmas.
Well,
I will say the beach, both ways. The beach is a
it's
little
nicer,
different.
yeah.
Yeah.
all right, everybody. That's all we got this week. Thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us on all those social media platforms. Make sure you rate and review. 5-star rating and review will get you entered into the contest to come on as a guest. This week we learned that Ben is crazy about Disney. Me and my wife should probably not go out to eat anywhere. And Chris is fighting monsters. Remember,
It's better to be a has-been than it never was.
Ryan got second place in some disc golf, frisbee golf tournament thing. See you next week.